It's Monday morning. It's about 9 o'clock. We've been dawdling some. We're still anchored. We had bacon and eggs this morning. That's always time consuming, which is not a problem today because we're not going very far. Got up this morning and the weather forecast said that tomorrow there are small craft warnings all day, but only for the day. But winds 15 to 20 with gusts 25 or more, which is not conditions I want to be out in. So we're not going to Isle o Ho. I don't know if I mentioned that was a possibility, because that would mean going from Isle o Ho to Rockland tomorrow in adverse conditions. So we're just going to go to Rockland today, which is going to make it for a short day. But at least the weather's pleasant. I mean, there's supposed to be 10 to 15 today, but you wouldn't know it by current conditions anyway. Actually, while I was eating breakfast, there was enough breeze that I thought I would sail off the anchor, but there's nothing now. So it'll be a short trip to Rockland, and we'll either spend the day hole up again in Rockland like we did on the first day, or if conditions are like this early in the morning, and despite the small craft warnings in effect, if the conditions are relatively benign and I think I can manage, I'll just end the trip a day early and pull the boat out tomorrow morning and pack it all up and then drive home to Connecticut. So just thought I'd give you a heads up on the situation. So the end of a kind of short day of sailing. We dropped anchor in Rockland Harbor at about 2 o'clock. Not where we thought we were going to. The forecast, of course, was, they seemed pretty certain the winds would be coming out of the northeast. So I thought I would be anchoring somewhere up in the northeast corner of the harbor where you'd get the best protection. But as I got here, the winds had been coming out of the east as I crossed Penobscot Bay. And then as I got near the breakwater, they shifted to the south. And actually, they're still from the south. And nothing says south. So nothing in the NOAA forecast, has any suggestion of south. And I even looked at windy.com, and it says currently the winds are out of the east, and they're not. So something is obviously unexpected is going on. Which, well, we'll talk about weather more, I think, in a bit. We're going to do the chart, I think, first. So this is all well covered territory. We've been here many times before. This is where we spent the night in a cove on Vinalhaven Island, behind Leadbetter Island here, this little area, up through Leadbetter Narrows, up and across. And actually I've got a route that goes through dogfish ledges here, and then basically across West Penobscot Bay and over to Rockland Harbor. Nothing to it, really. I took my time doing this. I could have been here sooner, but it was mostly cloudy, and my batteries were down a bit. So I didn't want to, I wanted to charge them up. And so I ran my outboard motor in neutral as I was crossing, and I reefed the sails even though I didn't need to slow myself down. So the outboard would have more time to charge the batteries. So, but still, it was a pleasant little sail. And I guess Monday morning, or noonish, must be when the schooners leave Rockland, because we saw several out there, and got some shots of those as we came across. So anyway, as I said, I had expected to find a place to anchor up in here to get protection from northeast winds, but instead we're way down here again, where we were that first night, because the winds are out of the south. Now, I may eventually regret this, but I don't think, even if the winds do shift, I don't think it'll get bad here. The worst waves in here are actually wakes from the ferries. So that's what we did today.